What's happening, people, and welcome to this video. And in this video I'm going to be running you through my current chest workout. Now, I've recently just changed my workout to be more kind of chest focused. What I basically do for my workout split, if you don't know already, is I follow like push, pull, legs. And push is where we would usually hit chest. I train it twice a week. And with my push workouts, recently my priority has been to develop my shoulders, because I felt as if my shoulders were maybe not as developed as my chest, and I would maybe even say that's still possibly true. However, with focusing so much time onto my shoulders, they have definitely came up. And when you're prioritising one muscle group, obviously the other needs to take a sort of like back seat. Now, I don't know the science behind this and if it's even true, but this is what I personally kind of feel and have noticed. So when I'm prioritising my shoulders, I was only training chest, like maybe like 2 exercises, maybe sometimes 1 in a workout. So it wasn't getting its usual amount. And what I've kind of felt over time is like the fullness of my chest has like slightly decreased. Now, this could be as well because I'm on a diet and there's less glycogen in the muscle. However, I do just kind of feel my chest isn't as full as it usually has been. And for me, my chest is actually one of my strong points. So when, like, basically it makes my physique look much better having a more developed chest, because again, it's that sort of strong point that stands out. So with that being said, I now want to go and put a bit more focus into my chest. We're currently about 9 or 10 weeks into a diet here. I believe it's 10. So the amount of muscle that I'm going to build at this time frame is very slim, if any at all. However, I do sort of have this kind of like belief, I guess you would say, that like I'm not going to necessarily be building more muscle here. However, I'm going to be kind of like reawakening the gains that I've already had. Now, I'll not try and go into the science of that because you probably don't care, but I do believe if your muscles are like getting a little bit smaller, it's easier to get them back to where they once were, rather than building new tissue altogether. Again, I won't go into the overall science of this because who the fuck cares, right? We're just here to get big. So what I'm going to basically do is make my push workouts more orientated towards developing my chest. So I'll show you my full push workout and I'll explain kind of like why I'm doing each chest exercise. Now, if you're somebody who's looking to build your chest, this is going to be beneficial. I pretty much give a lot of my clients who are looking to develop their chest these sort of exercises to follow on, because I just feel they are personally the best exercises to develop your chest. Exercise number 1 for this chest or this push workout with a chest focus is going to be chest flies. That's a lot of chest in the one word, one sentence. But as you can see behind me, I have a foam roller strapped to this machine. And basically what this is going to allow me to do is allow me to open up my chest more, get a deeper stretch in this, and basically kind of take the muscle to a fuller stretch position. And that means when I come in and squeeze, you're then going to be, and then take the back, you're going to then do more damage to the muscle, allow it to grow better. Now, if you're wanting to try this, or if you're somebody who's really struggling to develop your chest, I highly recommend using the foam roller on this, because again, it allows you to open up your chest. And a lot of the problems guys have with growing their chests is their shoulders are basically doing all the work because they can't open up their chest enough, whether that be posture related or whatever else it may be, right? Something that I never mentioned about the chest fly, the reason we're starting with that, right, is to pre-exhaust the chest. So when we're doing every other compound movement involving the chest is basically doing the more work. It's already kind of tired going into it. And this means the chest needs to work harder, and therefore, like other muscles, it would usually maybe overpower it. But when you're doing, for example, a dumbbell bench press, it's easy for your shoulders to come into it more. Because your chest is already pre-exhausted, even if your shoulders start to come into it more, your chest is still already going through like a lot of resistance because it's already tired. Because although maybe shoulders can become dominant in these movements, it doesn't mean your chest is completely not working at all. And with that, right, what you're then going to notice is your actual overall lifts and all your chest movements are going to be lighter. But we're not looking to just lift as heavy as possible. We're looking to grow our chest, and this is going to benefit us. The third chest exercise is going to be a cable chest press. Seated. I like to do these seated because it keeps you way more stable than trying to do them standing. That rocking back and forth just makes you cheat the reps and takes the work off the chest. Now, this is probably going to be one of the exercises that you feel your chest in the most. And if you're somebody who does struggle to feel their chest while they're trying to train their chest, I would recommend maybe doing this before dumbbell bench press, because with dumbbell bench press, it's easy for the weight to start working more on the shoulders and the arms, whereas this, it's very, very chest dominant. So do this first, and then when you go into dumbbell bench press, you'll definitely feel your chest doing a lot more work because it'll already be blood in it, pumped up, weaker, etc. Now with these, set the cable up roughly about shoulder height, and I like to try and press almost in a slightly downward motion. That's why the bench is actually kind of slightly leaning back. So when I'm pressing with my chest, it's almost going a little bit down. If you look, if I sit up here, it's kind of covered in this downward manner. And the reason for this is the majority of your chest muscle is kind of like on the lower half of it. So if you focus on training that part of your chest, you're going to get a more developed chest. I know everybody says focus on upper chest and shit like that, but just trust me, do this instead. So exercise number 4 is going to be an incline bench press. We're doing dumbbells. Don't usually use much barbell at all because it kind of hurts my shoulders. But with this, I know most people say it's an upper chest exercise. However, I'm kind of counting it more towards my shoulders because I personally feel this quite a lot in my shoulders. And my kind of thinking is, if I get some upper chest with it, amazing, that's a bonus. But again, I'm kind of mainly thinking about it hitting my shoulders. And the reason I'm doing this compared to maybe just a normal seated shoulder press is because there is that chance where I'm getting some upper chest involvement, which I'd rather take than not take at all. But any questions on that, leave them in the comments. So last movement of this workout is going to be just for the side delts. I did mention this was a push workout, and I believe I mentioned earlier in the workout that we're going to hit triceps. However, I did just remember that I'm shooting an arms workout tomorrow with a client. It's going to be like a POV arm workout. If you want to grow your arms, I definitely recommend you subscribe so you see that video when it comes, because it's going to be a really, really good one, and it's been kind of most requested video recently. So we're going to do a superset here. We're going to do a seated dumbbell lateral raise, and then we're going to go into a standing variation of a lateral raise. However, we're doing it a bit different from what I usually do. We actually take our arms higher than the shoulders, and honestly the only reason I'm actually doing this is to try it out because I've seen it in Pump and Iron with Arnold, so thought why not get a try if the goat's doing it. Trips, what's happening? So I'm just quickly filming this bit on my phone, and it's really weird because the camera's on this side but the screen's here. I'm trying my hardest not to look at the screen. If I look at the screen, it looks like I'm looking away, so I'm trying to focus on the camera. Now I've just finished editing up this video, and what I realised is I've never done like a kind of outro for this, so I had some information that I kind of want to give you. As you can see, I'm just literally editing this up right now. But as you've seen, this was obviously a chest workout. My next video coming out is a bicep and tricep workout, and I would basically love to know if you have any body parts you want to see me discuss on growing, because I've been deep down the rabbit hole for pretty much every single muscle group on how to best target it and develop it. This is my passion after all, and I would love to share more information with you. I know the main ones are like chest, you want to see arms, maybe some abs, but look, what's the workouts you want to go see? Because I'm going to go make them for you. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, drop a wee comment, just saying anything. And if you want to share this with some friends, it would be much appreciated. Peace out, troops.